Okay, it's exactly 11 o'clock on New Year's Eve, the last day of 2017. I've been working on my New Year's resolutions for just like the last hour as we've been watching Once Upon a Time on Netflix, and I have always loved doing New Year's resolutions. I was just looking at some of mine that I wrote down in 2010 that I'd emailed to myself, and I wrote down, like, I was emailing something to my sister and I said, like, my goal for this year, one of them is to run and get fit, and I'm pretty sure that's been my goal since the year 2000, and that was 2010, so that was 10 years. Now it's 2017 and that's still kind of in there. But what I'm gonna do for this year is I have some words that I want to define my year for 2018. I just kind of brainstormed, just thought of the things, like, looking back at the end of next year, what I want to say that I felt or accomplished or did or whatever. And so my list is, like, here, let me show you real quick. Right, there's my list, and there's my YouTube list on the other side of goals I have. So, words I want to define my year in 2018. Number one is peace. I want to, like, feel peace. Feel like, I don't know, I don't even know how to explain it. Peace. Number two, happy and content. That's pretty self-explanatory. Number three is purpose. I've been figuring that out a lot lately, and actually that was one of my main things at counseling these past few months, is that I went in there and I was like, I gotta figure out my purpose. I gotta figure out what I'm doing, and I want some direction, and I feel like I have the direction, I have the motivation, I have the ideas, and now I just want to go with it and figure that out. And I think a big purpose right now for me is parenting Capri and Zoe, and filming that and putting it up on YouTube for them when they get older is part of that purpose. So that kind of came together. That wasn't something that I, like, knew concretely. That was just something, like, I subconsciously kind of knew, but I wasn't aware that I knew it, I guess. And so now I'm aware. My purpose is raising them right now, and my purpose is filming it, recording it for them so that they can see later when they grow up. I think it would have been awesome to look back on my life when I was a kid, and I hope that they're gonna enjoy that too. Number four is free. It's pretty self-explanatory. I'm obsessed with freedom. Number five, adventure and explore. I love traveling. I love seeing new things, new places, new people, trying new foods and new activities, and I hope we get to do a little bit more of that in 2018. Number six is less. So I've been working on, just, first of all, just the idea of having less and buying less, mostly. And what's the word for that? Oh yeah, minimalism. Something I've, like, tossed around the idea for a long time, but I've never committed to do it, and I would like to focus on that. I've done in the past, I'll do like a month at a time of no spend and just try to not spend anything besides groceries. And that's worked out really well for me. So I'll probably work on that. I'll probably do it the month of January just because we have no reason to buy anything. And it's just easy to just buy things you don't need. So I'll probably start that tomorrow for a month. And then my number, I think I'm on 7. I didn't number these, I'm just kind of saying the numbers. I think 7 is fit and strong. I bounced back so fast after my pregnancy with Capri, and then I was pregnant with my twins 2 months after Capri was born. So she was 2 months old and I was pregnant, and that pregnancy went okay. I delivered the twins at 20 weeks, so they were 4.5. I was 4.5 to 5 months along, and after I delivered them, then I gained a lot of weight. So my pregnancy was fine, and then when I delivered them, I was depressed and sad, and I gained like 20 to 30 pounds in the next, like, 6 weeks. So after that, I shot way up in my weight, which is the only time I've ever done that in my life because I didn't know how to cope with my twins' death. And then I spent the next few months trying to lose that 30 pounds on top of the pregnancy weight. And I got down a little bit, and then I got pregnant with Zoe because I still wanted to have my second child. So had Zoe, and now I'm still just, I think I'm about 30 to 35 pounds above the weight I was when I got pregnant with Capri. So anyway, fit and strong. Like, this C-section with Zoe, completely, it's a whole different thing. Like, it's not even close to having a regular delivery. A C-section is like, do I even have the lower half of my body? Am I still connected to my body? I don't know. It's so hard. And there's a lot of recovery that I'm not even there yet. So I'm working on that. So fit and strong. I want to get my muscles back, especially my core. It's just destroyed me. Number probably 8, 9 is to read. I've always loved reading. I've always had that be a priority, and I've done pretty good like reading on my phone and staying up on articles and stuff, but I want to make sure that that is more of a deliberate focus in 2018. Then along with that, the next goal is write and publish. So I want to get back into writing, and I have talked about publishing a book, writing something that's publish worthy for like 20 years. Like, I've always known that's going to be on my bucket list. I just haven't ever done it, and I'd like to just figure that out. Even if I just read a kid's book and print a copy for Capri and Zoe, that's fine. I just have to finally do it. I need to publish a book, and publish could mean get a printed copy of a book that I made up and give it to my kids. Next goal is to be brave. Like, I feel like I'm pretty brave, but there's a couple aspects of my life that I'm working on being brave right now. One of them is my overcoming abuse videos that I've started doing that required a whole lot of bravery, and actually continuing with that and like really getting over it, getting like overcoming abuse really it requires a lot of bravery on my part. And the other thing is religion, which I have not really delved into. I posted one video the other day about one thing that I found religiously, and I want to keep doing that. Like, I want to get brave and like speak out. I have so much to say about religion, and I don't want to say it because I'm scared. Mostly because I don't like people criticizing what I say. Like, I hate being judged. I hate being like torn down, and the internet is a horrible place sometimes. YouTube can be harsh, but I want to be brave and I want to say what I think because, again, I'm doing this for Capri and Zoe. But man, it's just hard, like saying stuff and like throwing it out there and then having people trash what you say. But whatever, I'm gonna be brave. The next one goes right along with that. I wrote speak. I need to speak up. I need to say what I think. I need to not, I think I mentioned this the other day, like not protect people from their own feelings, and like not say what I would like to say because I want to protect people. I need to speak up. Next goal is to be respectful and thoughtful of others. I'm very selfish, as most humans are concerned with number one, themselves. And I want to be a little bit more aware of that and find more value in people and be respectful and thoughtful of them. Next, confident. I feel like I'm always a confident person, and I just need to like, I don't know, not lose that, I guess. Like, as I'm experimenting with these new things, sometimes my confidence can waver because I'll be like, oh, I don't know, this is new. And anything new can be challenging, and then I can lose my confidence. So I want to maintain my confidence because that's been personally one of my favorite traits, is that I'm very confident. So I want to maintain that. So I put it as a goal. Next one is to be true. Like, to say what's true, to do what's true, to be true, to just focus on what's true. Next one is challenge. I love challenges. I love being challenged. I love doing hard things. I love winning something that was hard. And so I want to make sure that I find enough challenges for myself this year. And I've had friends that have been like, you're crazy, why do you like challenges? And I'm like, I don't know, it's just part of my personality. I like to be challenged. Next one is guided. That's going along with following my conscience and finding that connection with God and finding like exactly the direction that God wants me to go in. I feel like I'm doing that right now. I just want to make sure I continue to do that and to have that connection. Next is aware and involved. Aware of things in the world, involved in things in the world, involved in correcting injustice. I am a social justice warrior. I always have been. Drives me crazy that I am, but that's who I am. That's what I do. And I want to keep doing that. Next is fulfilling. I want 2018 to be a fulfilling year. And I think that can go into many areas, like fulfilling in what I do with my kids, what I do with my free time, what I do, like any projects, what I read, stuff like that. Next is real and honest. That same thing, self-explanatory. Be real, be honest. Second to last one is kind. I'm not a very kind person. I'm extra, ultra, extremely kind to my children. And like I can be like fake kind to people, but I'm not like a really kind person. So I'm gonna work on kindness, not just like politeness, which is kind of like fake, I guess, but to be truly kind. And then my last one is service. I didn't want to end on that one either, like service. Okay, I'm gonna try to do service opportunities and help people, but I don't want to end on that one. I feel like I need one more thing. So maybe it'll come to me in this next couple minutes, or maybe I'll think of it later. And then the other thing, along with those goals, those are the words I want to define my year of 2018. Along with that, for YouTube, I have a little bit of direction for myself. This year I want to focus on Cody and my videos for Capri and Zoe. Just things that we want them to know and remember about the time that we raised them. I want to do more of things that I read and studied. I read all the time and I want to speak about it. Like I read and consume so much of other people's thoughts, and I don't ever really record or let out my thoughts on what I read. And I want to kind of do that. Talk about what I read, what I'm studying, what it means to me, what I think about it, what I agree and disagree with. And yeah, I haven't done that yet, so that's going to be something new I want to try. I also want to do more Spanish videos with Capri and Zoe. And I gotta kind of figure that out. I love learning foreign languages. That's a talent of mine. It's something I'm really good at. And I would like to kind of figure out what I want to do with that. I have no direction. I just know, like, I'm good at speaking Spanish. I want my kids to speak Spanish. I want to record videos with that and kind of figure out where I'm going with the Spanish videos. I also love Portuguese, but I just don't see a way for that to fit right now, so I'm going to focus on just Spanish. Next is interview one person a week. I do interview videos with Capri and Zoe, like on milestones. With Zoe, I try to do them like every month or every few months, and with Capri, I was doing them until her second birthday, and now I'm kind of like doing like her birthday and then maybe her half birthday. Maybe I'll do more. But in addition to my kids, I want to interview other people. I interviewed my counselor the other day, and I thought that was pretty good. Just giving someone else's perspective. I did some interviews when I went to South America, and I interviewed one lady who I loved. I interviewed her in an airport. Her name was Amy Graham, and she's on one of my videos on my channel somewhere. But I want to do more interviews like that. I want to go find people and interview them. Kind of like, I was thinking about it like maybe like the people of New York, the photographs, and then they like, he says something about those people. I was thinking I could do something kind of like that, but with interviewing people. We'll see. I don't have it fully set yet, but that's my idea. Next one is overcoming abuse. I want to keep talking about it. I don't want it to just like settle back down and just let me forget about it. I'm done with counseling for now. I feel good about it. I want to have my thoughts, like I want to continue thinking about it, so that I can still get more closure and more answers and figure things out for myself. So I want to keep working on that, at least a video. If I can do a video a week on my journey, my progress, that'd be great. And then the last thing I want for my YouTube stuff is to do a weekly check-in. So the 5 areas that I always set goals for and things that I check in on my life are physical, social, emotional, intellectual, and spiritual. Those are the 5 areas that I think are most important to stay well-rounded. And you could also throw financial in there, but that I don't really care about that this year, so I'm gonna leave that one out. So physical, social, emotional, intellectual, spiritual. I'm gonna do like a check-in with myself, kind of make it more like a journal. Like, I used to be such a good journal keeper. I have like probably 20 journals from the time I was 16 until probably 26 or 27. Daily, like daily entries, like books upon books of journals. And I don't do that anymore. I don't know why, I just don't. But YouTube kind of became that journal for me, and I want to continue to have it be my journal and something that my kids can look back on. I don't know why I'm so obsessed with them having a history of my life and their lives, but I am. And anyway, I'm gonna have this be their journal, or my journal, and do those weekly check-ins. So those are my words that I want to define my year of 2018 and my weekly YouTube topic ideas and where I think I'm headed this upcoming year. And I feel pretty good about it right now. Oh man, if I had one more word to define my year of 2018, what's a word that's like, not like go-getting, but like ambitious maybe? Ambition? I don't know if ambition is a good word. Do you think ambition is a good word, love?
Yeah, it's a great word.
Ambition for 2018. Like, not just being complacent. Would you say ambition is the opposite of complacency?
Yeah. Well, just the fact that you have these goals, it's ambitious. Like, you have a list of things.
But I always have goals.
I know, but that's ambitious. You're always ambitious.
Yeah. Maybe
so
ambition.
It's not like this is new. You always are seeking to improve. You're always seeking to do better. And I think that's a good...
Now I think I'm really stepping it up from the past few years. I think this list and these goals are like... I always do goals. I always do this kind of stuff. But now I'm like shooting a little higher. So, however I would explain that to myself. Just aim a little higher. Be a little more ambitious. Dream a little bigger. Like, take away the limits. You know? That kind of explain it, hopefully. Those are my thoughts. Anything you'd add to that? Okay, those are my goals for the year 2018. We'll see how I do.